with Kat, and traditionally in the 12 days of Christmas, this is for calling birds, so we're going to work up to crow today. And if you have any other crow variations, please feel free to practice them throughout this little tiny flow. We're going to start in a child's pose. If you are going to need blocks, go ahead and grab them out. If child's pose is not a comfortable space for you to start your practice, please start in a space that is comfortable for you, right? Because this is your practice. Bringing those big toes together, knees apart if you're landing with me in child's pose. Take a big full breath in through the nose. And as you exhale out of the mouth, feel the shoulders just soften away from the ears. Low back gets super heavy. And everything just begins to slow down. Maybe shifting into an Ujjayi breath if that's for you, with those big full inhales through the nose, long slow exhales out of the nose, with that slight constriction at the back of the throat. Slow full breath in. Longer, slower breath out. And just take a moment here to scan through the body and notice the physical sensations that are happening. No judgment in that space, just awareness. And then draw your attention towards your mind and how you've been moving through the day, or maybe how you've been moving through the last couple of days. No judgment, just awareness. The more aware we are, the more we get to choose how we react. Choose how we want to live our lives. Bringing yourself back to this moment on your mat. Feel the weight of your arms. Feel the rise and the fall of your breath. And from this place of awareness, I offer you to set an intention for practice today. And holding on to that intention with your breath as we begin to move. On an inhale, rise up into a neutral tabletop, stacking shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees. Find a few rounds of cat and cow as you begin to wake up the spine. Warm up the body. And these cats and cows can be very linear, or you can start to move through some more organic space. And notice what's feeling tight in the body. What can you release and let go here as you breathe big. And then we'll come back into the space of a neutral tabletop. Begin to pick up your right palm and lower it back down. Shifting over, pick up the left palm and lower it down. Keep rotating through right and left, or begin to work towards lifting both. And down. So this movement's super slow and controlled. No forcing here. Belly button's tight to the spine to keep us nice and active in our core. About 2 more rounds. Ooh, and then start to spin those pinkies back towards the heels. Staying here, or beginning to tuck the toes, shift the weight back, keeping shoulders away from the ears. You can also grip the mat. Coming back up into that neutral tabletop, spread fingers wide. We'll move into a spinal balance. Right hand forward, left foot straight back. Squeeze those inner thighs towards one another. Stay right here and breathe, or exhale, curl it under, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tabletop. Cat and a cow, or find a little bit of movement. Just let go of any tension that was built up in the body. And we'll find our way to the other side. Left arm is forward, right foot straight back. Squeeze those high inner thighs towards one another. Breathe big. Stay here, or exhale, curl it under, elbow, knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Last one. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tabletop. Find some movement to let that go. And begin to find our way up to a downward facing dog. Tuck those toes, lift those hips. So scan through the body. How is it feeling? Draw your attention back to your breath and back to your intention for practice today. Inhale high up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Step, walk, or hop. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Shoulders back, belly in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Empty out your breath. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Let the head be heavy. Let the arms be heavy. Gently releasing any binds that you have. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, tall mountain. Right hand is going to grab the left wrist. Pull to the right for a side body stretch. Lengthen up. Neck is long. Inhale brings us back through center, and we'll exhale to the other side. Inhale brings us back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Take a super deep bend in your knees. We're coming into a toe squat. So you can always use hands to the earth for balance here. Hands to the thighs. Whoa, or hands to heart center. So you're picturing yourself like squeezing and wrapping in through the center of you, pulling in, back and down. Hands or no hands, we're going back into a boat pose. So belly button pulls in. Lift those feet. Inhale to a canoe. Woo. Got my microphone back. Exhale, boat. Inhale, canoe. Exhale, boat. And we'll hold here and just pedal out this boat. Come on, it's not that bad. Smile, yeah. Happy holidays. Taking care of myself. 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Give yourself a little squeeze. And we're going to rock and roll our way back to a forward fold. That can look different in everybody's practice. So please get back to that fold the best way for you. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, tall mountain. Exhale, begin to fold. So slowly start to walk those feet about mat's distance apart. Toes out, heels in. We're going to have a little bit of it's in between Malasana and Goddess pose. Hands stay about shoulder distance apart. Bend into those knees. And maybe just start to rock side to side. That might look and feel different on both sides. Make sure you're listening to your body. Breathing, right? That's why we're here, to breathe, to slow down, to take care of our bodies and our minds. After you finish this final round, we'll begin to make our way back to a little forward fold. So start to shift those feet parallel to the edges of the mat. Drop the head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Start to walk the feet back towards one another. Palm the mat. Find your way to a plank or modified plank. We're going to lower all the way down to our bellies. Lift the core on the way down. Take that right arm out to the side. Palm down. Bending deeply into the left arm, begin to press your way over onto this right shoulder. So legs can go wherever you need. Slow down. Let the head be heavy. Exhale slowly brings us back to center. Find a little bit of movement in those hips. And over to the other side. Extend out through that arm. I'm a little close to my wall. And start to press your way over. Relaxing down into that space. Maybe stepping on your fairy lights. And as you exhale, bringing yourself back to center. Finding a little bit of movement through those shoulders before you press your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky for 3-point. Find a lot of space between those legs. And then exhale, you're going to try to tap your right toe towards your right wrist. So that might look about like this. Or maybe you're able to bring it all the way up. Inhale back to 3-point. Think about picking your belly button up to the sky. Last one. Scoop in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big full breath in. And out. This next variation, I'm going to show you the modification with the blocks for that toe tap. Just make sure your blocks aren't going to slide out from underneath you. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, shift your weight forward, toe tap. It just gives you a little bit more space to really lift through that leg. So blocks are an awesome option here. Last round. And then come back into a downward facing dog. Gently bringing the knees down to the ground or easy seated position. And we're going to start to workshop our crow. And I'll show you from this angle and Maybe I'll turn it just a little bit so you can see it better. But there are all kinds of different variations and modifications for it. So please just listen to what your body needs and have some fun with it. So if this is more of a, I'm trying this for the first time thing, be gentle and easy with yourself. If you're transitioning from crow into all kinds of fun stuff, have fun with it, be creative, be safe. So first things first, your hands are going to be shoulder distance apart, and we're going to move towards a chaturanga arm. So we have to shift our weight forward a little bit and try to stay lifted in that shoulder. So that's that 90-degree angle that we're looking for here. Great tool is a block, as always, right? They're so fantastic. So first step, finding the hands shoulder distance apart, you'll begin to pick up those feet, put them on your little block, bend the knees, and try not to touch the knees into the triceps. So if this is the level that you're at today, and this is a big stretch for you, or you're still working towards core, like this variation is fantastic. Okay. If you want to keep moving up the steps, you start to shift weight forward onto those hands, press into the pads of the fingertips, lift that booty high to the sky, as high as you can, and then slide knees up towards the high tricep or armpit area. As you start to shift forward into that chaturanga arm, you'll notice, okay, this is getting a little bit more intense. Yeah, press into the pads of your fingers. Back out for a moment, taking breaks when you need to. Next variation I'm going to offer is picking up one foot and then the other. So you're playing with alternating that balance, right? So slide up. Make sure you got that connection. Knees are high into the triceps. Shift your weight forward. Maybe pick up one foot. The belly button is fastening tight to the spine here. Maybe pick up the other foot. And come down. So for a moment, let's come off of our block. Back to a seated position. Interlace those fingers and just do a little infinity. Yeah, shake it out. And we'll start to move into a little bit of a deeper crow expression. If you still need your block, please use it. I want you to really focus on keeping the elbows in tight to the body, like you're wrapping your upper arm bones in towards you, pushing the mat away from you with your hands, and pulling up through your belly. The last thing is really focusing on pulling up and in through those inner thighs, right? So we've talked about that kind of stuff a lot today. So just pull in towards the center of you, basically. So spreading those fingers nice and wide, tuck the toes, walk those feet a little closer to you, knees out, high up into the triceps, shift your weight forward, and then you choose if you want to go one foot and then the other, or if you want to begin to fly today. So breathing in whatever variation you're in, smiling because you're here on your mat, day 4, you're doing this, and we'll gently land when you're ready in a Malasana yogi squat. We've talked about using that block here, and it can go all different variations. Just take a moment. Then we'll bring ourselves to a seated position. Plant the feet, windshield wiper the knees side to side. Moving to a reverse tabletop. Bring those hands right behind the bum, fingertips towards the bum. If your shoulders are tight, fingertips out towards the side. Press into the hands and feet, lifting the belly button to the sky, and then opening up the heads of the shoulders, maybe taking the head back. Breathe. Exhale, lower back down. Easy seated position. Give yourself a little squeeze. We're going to take that right arm up to the sky and give yourself a pat on the back because you earned it. Left arm underneath to catch a bind. If that's not for you today, left arm comes up to that elbow, pulls it back and down. Trying to sit tall through the spine here, really encouraging strength and length in this seat. Breathing into that sensation. And you can also take a little side body stretch if you want to deepen it, coming over to the left, lengthening out. Inhale brings us back through center. Release that. Maybe roll through the shoulders. And we'll make our way over to the other side. So left arm up. Maybe right arm down to find that bind. Or pop this right hand up on that elbow. Pull it back and down. Realigning through the spine so you're sitting in that nice tall seat. And then you choose if you want to take a little gentle side body stretch here. Inhale brings us back through center, taking any movement that feels good in those shoulders. And we'll start to make our way onto our backs. Pull the knees into the chest, nice little squeeze here. And then taking an inversion, maybe happy baby, hip stand, or anything else that gets your feet above your heart. Moving towards hip stand today. Ground down through those hips. Knees can be a little soft here. Shoulders are heavy. You're just resting in this space. Knees start to pull into the chest. Fall to the left side of your mat. Arms open out wide. Let your hips be heavy. Let your shoulders be heavy. Knees begin to move back through center and over to the other side. And we'll start to come back through center, taking any final movement you need to take to complete your practice today, and then releasing out into your Shavasana. Taking a few moments in this space, this resting pose, to allow the body and the mind to rest and heal. Thank you so much for joining us for day 4 of the 12 Days of Yoga with Kat. I'm extremely grateful that you are choosing to spend your time with me, and also that you are taking care of yourself. Namaste, friends.